Good morning to all traders and welcome to another Markets and Waves video. Today is Wednesday the 28th of July, and again we're going to have another interesting session because we are expecting the FOMC decision today and everybody will be watching. Most of us will be trading as well. Now, before the FOMC, obviously we still need to have a quick look at the Elliott Waves and see if there is any updates, any interesting opportunities. And for that, we're going to start with euro dollar. We're going to have a quick look on oil, silver, this time the S&P, and also Amazon. Starting with the euro dollar, guys. You remember last time I was talking about this being a leading diagonal. I was talking about this being some sort of triangle over here in 4. And I was looking for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The 5th did not come down though, okay, for the ending diagonal, which means I had to revisit this count and correct it. Why? Because wave 5, ending diagonal, right, cannot be truncated, which means this is my ending diagonal, and most likely we ended down here. I was expecting this to happen, to be fair, you know. We talked about the potential of this being the case, but I didn't, and I still don't like how this is going up. Like, it looks very corrective. And when we have correcting looking moves, what we can do is assume that is a different degree move. Okay, so we've got the 1 and the 2 here, we've got 1 and 2 here, and then we've got another 1 and 2 here, guys. So you can understand 3, 4, 5. Then that will be 3, 4, 5, and that will be 3, 4, 5. That will be number 1, minor, and then we get 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I believe we have reversed, and I believe we're going to continue higher. And this is what the charts currently show me. So we've got a running flat instead of the leading diagonal we had. Yeah, because my wave 2 was very short compared to wave 4. So now we're looking like we've got a same sort of correction duration at least, and one of the depths is bigger than the other. For example, wave 2 has corrected much more than wave 4, and you can also look at this by simply drawing the Fibonacci retracement over here. You see we've got 61.8, and what we want to get on the 4 is around the 38.2, which is exactly what it is pretty much. And that also is respecting the guideline of the alternation rule, because the two corrections together should equal 100. Anyway, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then another done, and I'm expecting the upside to continue. If, and I say a big if, that is not done, most likely means that we're gonna just get another leg down. In that case, that would perhaps be a running flat here as well, but I don't really like this structure for a running flat, so we'll go back to looking at this as a triangle, okay, and we would be looking at this number 4, right, and we'll be looking at this being 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so we would have a complex correction in the ending diagonal. We are allowed to have one complex correction in the triangle and diagonal, either leading or lagging. From there, guys, we're wave 2, right? So I'm expecting wave 3. That means new highs. Let's pop to the dollar against the, no, that's the US dollar. So with oil, US dollar against WTI. That was first, didn't have my coffee yet, guys. So right, we talked about last time that this is an ABSC. We're expecting price to start moving higher up. We were expecting a correction. It didn't come through yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we are okay. 2, a doubt. So it could be a case where this is AB and we're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 and expand and flat. Or it could be a case that my wave 1 is not even done yet, and this is 1, 2, this is my 3, my 4, and I'm going to get my 5. And here's the thing, that looks like that 4 might turn really like a triangle over here, okay, because the structure really assembles that sort of pattern. So wave 1 might not be done yet, okay, we could get it done there, and then correct lower down, and then continue to the upside. I'm still expecting the same sort of correction. So look at where wave one is going to end. Okay, and it might be at the top of this channel, by the way, at around 72.44, and then draw your retracement over there and check for 38 down to the 61.8 Fibos. Usually in wave two we have the 61.8. But let me remind you that, you know, this correction belongs to this intermediate wave move, right, starting from here, and it is the 61.8 exactly. However, you know, it could be a case where it's not over, and this is like ABC for W. We're going to get an ABC for X, and we're going to get another ABC for Y, and that ABC could even be over here. So we could get an X that goes much deeper to the 78, maybe perhaps up to the 75.34. So pay attention to how this unrolls to the upside, because if it's a 1, 2, and 3, wave 3 is going to break previous wave 1. But if it's an ABC, then most likely we're going to get wave 3 stopping around with wave B top, and then moving lower down with another 3-wave pattern to have an elongated correction in intermediate wave 2. Now on silver, here I've made a few changes, guys. We haven't looked at it for a while. So let me just go out, let's use the 8 hour. And let me just remind you that I'm still bullish, right? However, currently, and after finishing this triple zigzag, we are still looking a little bit corrective. So I'm looking at this as an ABC, ABC, and ABC, which is a W, X, and Y pattern, okay? And how I am looking at this is, of course, as this is like a double zigzag. It's actually combination of double zigzags, okay? So it is a double zigzag, not double three. So I'm expecting here 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, okay? And I'm expecting wave 5 to end around the, well, anywhere between 24 and 23.70 or so. We might go down, okay? We might go down to the previous wave A, guys, but I don't think we are going to, okay? Because the structure that we are looking in wave 5 right now, it has already 4 waves in. So I'm expecting one more. And this one more, it might not be as extended as to get down to the 2150 or so. Now, the other thing to do mention though, is that waves 5 usually are elongated or extended, actually, if you may, which is a better word to use here, in the commodities markets, okay, due to liquidity concerns. Now, let me also tell you that we can always look at this with a different view as well. So, because the thing is that one can assume that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 over here, and we're done. But someone else can assume that this is 1, 2, this is my 3, this is my 4, and this is my 5. Now, I'm not really looking at this as a main scenario, purely because my correction in wave 4 and wave 2 replicate let's say respect the guidelines much better than this one, because that would be like a 4 over here, and then we would have an ending diagonal in 5, right? And an ABC here, which means that would be my 1, and then we would have again an ABC in either case, right? However, I want to just tell you that this might be seen also differently, but I'm going with the one I currently have, that this is a truncated zigzag in wave W, purely because I see more similarities in the corrections in waves 2 and 4 of this particular move. But as I said before, in either case, the correction we can expect down here is the same. So we can go a little bit closer now to look at what this correction is like and where we can expect it to end, although we did say that, but let's have a quick look internally over here. Let's look at this ABC over here, A running flat with an ending diagonal, which we are allowed 1, 2, 3, 4, and 3. ABC just a zigzag, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm expecting another leg down. The 24 is a good level. Why? Because if we pull out our Fibonacci extension from 1 to 2, yeah, we get the 218 Fibonacci extension. Okay, that's why it makes a very good level to me. It's a little bit higher up than previous wave A, and definitely much higher up than the previous correction in W. But that doesn't really change much, okay? Because we still can have waves that they are truncated. For example, in this case, wave Y would be truncated. Now, another scenario, of course, would be, guys, that this is a 1 and 2. We're going to get a 3, a 4, and we're going to get a 5. And that is going to be some sort of ending diagonal, okay? Or it might even end as a triangle. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Which is going to be somewhat symmetrical, or perhaps maybe a variation of the descending one. And that is going to lead us, of course, to higher prices, guys. Okay, so this is all for silver as well. Let me just delete those quickly, and then we'll jump to the S&P. S&P, well, there's not much to add here, guys. It's been moving exactly as we expected. I have done a small change over here. I was looking at this as an ABC in cycle 4 as a truncated C of the ABC zigzag. However, now I'm looking at this as a very good leading diagonal. Yeah, I don't know how I missed this, but anyway, there it is. Which means we're gonna get an extension to the upside, okay? And we'll be looking for, well, at least the 46K for wave 3, okay? And then at least the 4690 for primary, we're talking primary, like primary wave 5. But when we take into account that we've got an intermediate wave 1 and 2 over here, then we need to take the extensions internally, okay, and look at what sort of levels we're looking to project with this particular Fibonacci. And we're going to go to the 100, we're going to go to the 1618, and then we're going to go to the 2. Now, the 1618 is obviously because this is usually, you know, how much wave 3 extends to. In the intermediate degree, that is higher than the primary degree, okay? And that is the reason that, you know, I'm not really considering the 1618 for primary wave 3. And that's why I went all the way up to the Tousios 618, because we need to have a multi-structural move here. We need to be able to fit this intermediate wave 3 internally in the primary wave 3. And look at what we get, guys. We get a very nice cluster of 4690 or so, okay, just off the 4700s. And this is a level that I will be expecting to be reached over the next few weeks, okay? Don't also forget that Amazon, I think it's tomorrow, we'll have earnings reports coming out and might be looking for prices to shoot higher, should, of course, the quarterly reports, the quarterly earnings report indicates that the company did well. Last, for Amazon, guys, actually, yes, why am I speaking about you see, I jumped to Amazon without thinking about that I'm doing the S&P. So yeah, the thing I said, add to Amazon. So let's just go back here. We have to ignore what's happening with Amazon. Obviously, we're talking about the S&P here. It's just the prices are at 4K or so. I got confused. Apologies for that. We're looking at the FOMC today. So if we see a message that is dovish, continuation of printing and QE, then most likely that is going to shoot higher. Then on Amazon, we're looking at both the particular FOMC as well as the company's results that they are announced tomorrow. Now, Amazon, if you remember, we're looking at wave 4 over here down to end, and we're discussing last time how we're going to see this moving higher up. There is two scenarios, of course. This is 1, 2, and then we're going to get 3, 4, and 5, and that is going to be an impulse. However, similarly to the S&P, we have an internal structure that we need to respect over here, okay, and we are still correcting. Now, this correction looks like we've done one leg. This is the second. Okay, so I'm expecting prices to move a little bit low before we start seeing fresh highs, okay? And we could go down to, well, around the 34, I would say, yeah, around the 3400s, and from there continue up well, it will be minor 1, but it will be intermediate wave 3. Now, if we look at the FIBO over here as well, I'm taking the primary degree, okay, 1 and 2. You know, the 1618 gets me to at least the 4210, but you well know that we need to use the 4467 as a 200, because if we do something similar with what we did with the S&P over here, we have an internal structure that we need to respect. If we assume the correction is going to be down to the 3500s, and that's an assumption, then we're looking at wave 3 to get us to at least the 41.33. I'll probably look at 45.23 as well, because if we look at wave 5 as well, then it could be a case where my wave 3 is going to end anywhere, primary 3, anywhere between the 42 and the 45. Okay, and then we're going to get, of course, to wave 4, and then we're going to get primary wave 5. And this is where I would be expecting this cycle, bullish cycle, to end. And then we are going to start with a corrective move in this super cycle move. And that means, well, you know what that means. But until then, we are far, guys. Okay, so I'm looking at upside. Well, I'm not going to say to perpetuity, obviously, but I'm going to say I'm looking at upside at least to the 4500s over here. We need to see how this upside unrolls. Okay, we need to measure each wave so that we are able to project more effectively where prices can really get us. Okay, for now we don't see really much clusters as we did see on the S&P, a very nice level there, but we see some sort of zones around the 41, 42, okay, and then 44, 45. Okay, pay attention to the earnings reports tomorrow. I think, if I'm not mistaken, these, and also expect this correction perhaps to last a little longer. Maybe, and I'm just saying, if the report is coming out, that is my 1 and that is my 2. I'm gonna go straight up, and that was the end of this correction. So, guys, thank you for watching. And in case you have any comments, leave them on the comment section on YouTube, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. I will be again here tomorrow with another Markets in Waves video, where we are analyzing daily Elliott waves and pretty much all markets. Take care.